I think I'm just used to it now, I just don't want, I mean, I said a bit. I said that I have nothing to do with it, which I don't. And I don't know. I just wanted people to leave me alone for some time.
I'm going to go out there and say my side of the story. Because, whether it came with Sushant and what was happening.
It was crazy and it was very unnecessary for me. I don't know why they dragged me into it. I've gone through the worst of trolling. And sometimes still go through it, And what I realize is that you can't change it. You can't control how it functions because it's all a different game altogether, how this functions. My father's never produced a film for me. My mom has not ever produced a film for me. I've never produced a film for myself. I've never put in money for my own films. My first movie I assisted was, I went and met Sanjay Bansali myself. The second movie I assisted, I went and met Kabir Khan myself and I said that I want to work. Kabir Khan does not know my father at all. He doesn't even know my mother at all.
When you have someone from the industry, people usually have already assumed that it's in the platter for you. And it's easy.
I don't think it's how it looks at all. I think it's very, very different. There is a lot of rejection and struggle that comes regardless. So yeah, things aren't always as they may look on social media.
Hello everyone, my name is Rutrani and welcome to Speak Easy. Both of you are fantastic dancers. Not everybody can dance like that. So tell me, have you struggled with dancing in the beginning because both of you have to come in an industry where everybody was perfect dancers, right? Like you come in and you see like Tiger and Hrithik and you're like, okay, I thought I could dance. Like, let me revisit that. So tell me, did you get frazzled in the beginning when you were sort of thinking, oh my God, I have to come in an industry where I have to look perfect all the time and dance like this?
So I have had some training in dancing. I've worked as a background dancer before. So I was fairly confident going in, but then learning these ballroom Latin dances, which I had never done before, and I did not realize how technical it was. It was a little bit like, oh, okay, this is going to require a bit more hard work than previously thought. Let's just roll up our sleeves and get to it. But yeah, it was actually nice to see because your improvement was directly related to how hard you work, how much rehearsal you did. So it was good to see that even if you don't start off at a 10, you can work really hard and you can reach that level. So I think that was an encouraging thing about the process of rehearsals in this film.
And it helps when you have a sister who probably almost sort of exhausts herself by dancing and trying to perfect it, right? I've heard from everybody like Katrina spends probably 12 hours even though she's the kind of dancer that she is, right?
Yeah. I think she's the best example because when she started off, she really did get criticized about her dancing, But now she's like close to untouchable when it comes to, looking the best while dancing and dancing amazing. Even her hip hop is like on point. I think she really worked hard. I think people don't realize, but I think she's really worked hard on her language, her dancing, and that is why she is where she is. And I think hopefully we'll get there one day too. It's good. It makes us better. I think better the competition, the better we get. There's more new generation coming. You never know what they come up with, So it's always good to have that guy who's always a little better than you, or a girl who's always a little better than you. That will only make you want to push yourself more.
Both of you have another thing in common, is that both of you have shown immense patience when it comes to your career. Projects come in, they sort of are in the process, and then you'll have to wait. Even I know with Satellite Shankar, you put in everything that you could, but when the project doesn't sort of, go in the direction that you want it to, doesn't do well, it kind of can bog you down, and especially then you're waiting for something else
because
to start.
you put in so much effort, but it's not only you who can take a film forward. It needs the entire team to take the film forward. It needs a proper release. Your films need proper screens. You need proper promotion. So I really worked very hard even on Satellite Shankar, and it's not the most perfect film made, but I can tell you it's a film that would touch like almost everyone's heart. And I tried my best for that film, but I needed a little more help with the people I was working with. I think since a very long time, I follow a very fixed schedule of my day, whether I'm shooting or not shooting. I keep myself busy throughout the day that I don't feel like I'm missing out on work or I'm waiting or I'm not doing anything. I keep doing something or the other to keep myself feel busy. So I start my day early morning. I wake up really early, and the only time I come back home is at 8 or 9 in the evening, and I go to sleep and I wake up for the next day. So I guess I don't know. I think keeping myself busy. I think I've been sane and patient.
Tell me, how do you sort of keep yourself patient when things sort of not working out? You know, when you're trying your best to make it work, and what is the kind of advice you received from Kat about it?
So this was actually something that I was not very good at before 2020, before the lockdown. Because I've worked like production and acting, I've always like, if I wasn't doing something in front of the camera, then I was working behind camera in some way. And so I've never, that sitting around and waiting, I've never been very good at it. Like I get very sad. But that was something that 2020 really taught me, that regardless of what's kind of going on around you in your professional life, in your personal life, or worldwide, as we saw in the COVID pandemic, that you can control to a certain extent your own environment by, like how Sooraj was saying, having that schedule, getting up, doing your workouts, doing your meditation. It's something I do a lot, especially during last year. And just making that schedule for yourself and not making your life dependent so much on others, because in our industry, so much is waiting around on others to give you that permission, to give you the audition, to let you into that project. So kind of building a schedule and a life that you have a little bit of control over and can carry on with in those in-between moments was something I learned last year that has really, really helped me not get low or sad in the ups and downs.
And what's the advice that you received, the reality check advice from Katrina?
Not to take life too seriously. Like while you may feel like your world is crashing in and caving in around your head, other people are not seeing it that way. They're not looking at you with as much judgment as you look at onto yourself.
My thing is that when you have someone from the industry, people usually have already assumed that it's in the platter for you. And you know, it's easy. Because they assume that, oh, you've made the first contact, but people have not been able to do that. You know, you have Katrina, you know, they know Salman, and everything's going to be like sorted. So tell me, is it as it looks, or is it something else? What do you go through?
I don't think it's how it looks at all. I think it's very, very different. There is a lot of rejection and struggle that comes regardless. So yeah, things aren't always as they may look on social media or in the press also.
Fair enough. What about you, Sooraj?
This is a very different question for me, you know, because I've gone through the worst of trolling and sometimes still go through it, you know. And what I realize is that you can't change it, you can't control how it functions, because it's all a different game altogether, how this functions. But talking about nepotism, my father's never produced a film for me. My mom has not ever produced a film for me. I've never produced a film for myself. I've never put in money for my own films. My first movie I assisted was, I went and met Sanjay Bansali myself. The second movie I assisted, I went and met Kabir Khan myself, and I said that I want to work. Kabir Khan does not know my father at all. He doesn't even know my mother at all. Actually, I really started from the ground. Yes, it was easier for me to meet people, but that is normal. That happens in every single industry. So like I say, only the tough ones and only the good ones will survive in the industry, no matter who you are and where you come from.
Because, you know, you've been someone who's really tried to take off attention from your life and focus on his work, right? And it's been difficult because it is difficult.
Yeah.
But I saw in 2020, you actually, I felt like something in you sort of broke, or I'm going to go out there and say my side of the story. Because, you know, whether it came with Sushant and what was happening, because everybody
was crazy and it was very unnecessary for me. I don't know why they dragged me into it. I think I'm just used to it now, you know. I just don't want, I mean, I said a bit. I said that I have nothing to do with it, which I don't. And I don't know. I just wanted people to leave me alone for some time. You know?
What's the most honest criticism you've received from your family, Katrina or others or mother, after you've shown some of your work?
They didn't like it.
Just like that.
That's not your best look. You could try something else.
Like simple, like that.
Obviously, it's your family. They're not going to be mean to you. They're going to
Yeah.
put nicely that
Yeah.
we don't like it.
So I'm sure like Katrina was like felt a little invested in saying that she can be like honest to you about it also.
Yeah, no, they were all really nice, really supportive. My mom loves dance movies, so she sent some really nice messages when she saw the songs. They've all been super sweet, yeah. The family,
Well,
they always have your back.
I think I can never take advice from my family because they will only say good things. My mother is very diplomatic.
so tell me, what is it that you both found really difficult to sort of maneuver when you met on the, on the sets of Time to Dance? Did there ever happen like a let's break the ice kind of a thing, or was it like, hey, it's okay?
We actually met in rehearsals because we had a few months of rehearsals before the film to learn these different types of dancing. So we pretty much broke the ice there by like me stomping on his toes, banging into each other during spins. Like once you've headbutted, I feel the ice is broken and you're good.
You decided to break like a few bones here and there before later.
Yeah.
Accidentally, all accidentally. It was accidentally trotting on toes and accidentally falling out of spins and knocking into him.
Was that how it was for you as well, Sooraj?
I thought it would be super awkward meeting Isabelle because I knew that she was doing the film, but no one had introduced us for a very long time. And then suddenly they're like, okay, rehearsals tomorrow, 7 p.m. at T-Series. And then, I mean, how can I dance with someone I have not even like met? And like, this is like, it's a partner, it's like partner dancing. It's proper, like holding each other and dancing. So, but I think when we messed up, when we started laughing, the ice just broke, and then we just connected and we just became really good friends.
What did Salman have to say about the look and how it turned out to be?
Nothing. We've not spoken about this film. He's never ever mentioned
Really?
this film, nor have I. Yes, he hasn't seen the film yet. I think he will watch it once if he's free.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.